Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start a new drawing. I'm going to open the B-size template if I have one on my computer. If I do not, I'll go back to Blackboard, I'll download it. But I have one. All right, so this is the B-size template. Your border and title block should already be on layout 1. Since mine is not, I'm going to move that very quickly, so just bear with me. I'm going to take that and I'm going to do a home cut. Now I'm going to go to my layout. And this is all information that you're going to learn in the next unit for printing and plotting. Drawing. Okay. All right, so we're going to start here. We should have layers, so double check that you have an object layer, you have hidden line layer, you have center line layer, and you have your dimensions. And they can be different colors than what I have. That's okay, as long as the layers are there and you have the ability to pull them down from that. Make sure when you're drawing that your properties always say by layer for color, by layer for line weight, and by layer for line type. That way when you're drawing these, you don't have different patterns showing up. Now, the textbook for this chapter is about orthographic projection. So they had you use that construction line. And in my other instructional video, I said just use your 0 layer, do your construction line, start off somewhere in your drawing area, do a horizontal and a vertical just to get you a point started, just like they show in the textbook. However, in the textbook, these lines, as they progress through, was showing kind of as a lighter color, and they were redrawing in the visible. We don't have to redraw. Once these are here, we'll change the layer once we get them where we want, or we will turn these off so that we don't see all the construction pieces. So let's look at the anchor base. I'm going to use that example. On the anchor base, from this point, what we're trying to do is show the full width. So that would be going from here to here. Height would be here and up, so that we can start boxing in. Now, on the anchor base itself, it shows you that across what we're going to be using as the front, it's 5 from end to point. Then from that point, it has a radial curve of 1.5. So the actual offset I would use to show the full width of the object would be 6.5. And that gets me both a top view area and a front view area with the full width. Then I would do another offset, 1.5 inches, so that I have some space between the views, which it did not pick that up, which is kind of odd. Not sure why it did not pick that up, so I'll put in 1.5 inches, leaving space between the views, and then looking at it from the side. And we're not going to end up drawing the right side of this, we're going to be drawing the left side. So really, I probably should have started the opposite direction than the direction I'm going, but I can flip this in a minute. The depth of the part is 4, so I would offset 4. And that would give me, I trim this up a little bit, that start of front and side view. Now I'd offset height. The height is from the bottom to the center again would be 3 plus 1.5 or 4.5. Space between them, 1.5 again, and then that depth of 4. And then I could trim again anything above that. Now it runs a little bit outside of my limits, So I'm just going to grab everything and move it down into the limits. Now this corner piece here, I may or may not use it, but if I draw a line at that 45-degree angle, it's going to allow me to project depth from my top view over and then down into my side view. So I'll go ahead and trim up the space between my views. That would be my view. Now I told you before I'm actually using the opposite side of the part, so I'm going to do a mirror. I'm just going to pick the middle of my drawing. I'm going to do my front view, top view, and I'm actually going to draw it from the left side. The reason I'm doing that is if I draw the right side, the way this object is oriented, it's going to give me too many hidden lines, and I need more visible lines I can dimension to. So still on my 0 layer, not a big deal. Now I'm going to start working towards the pieces. The textbook doesn't really, it does a great job with some parts, but when it starts how they're drawing, it's a little awkward. So I will show you that I don't always project everything. Like that base is 1 inch tall. So I'm going to use my offset and offset 1 inch on both views that represent the height of the base. They're done. I don't have to project that now. I need to locate where it is in this front view. Where does it stop? And that is 3 inches over. That's a width dimension. I need width in the top view. So I'm offsetting and not projecting here. That's all I'm doing. Now I'm going to go in, I'm going to find where the center line of the hole was, which is 5 inches over. So that would be here. And then where is it in height? 3 inches up. So at this point, I can go ahead and draw in the diameter of 1.75, and I can draw in the radius of 1.5 to start building my shape. I no longer need this line, so I can erase it, and the line actually comes up from this point, tangent. So if you don't have your object snap turned on, you can go down to your status bar. Oops, sorry. Go down to your status bar, turn on tangent, go back in here and let that tangent pick up. So now I can do trimming again. I can start getting rid of a lot of excess. I can get rid of these center lines because I use, again, I go back to my center layer, go to my annotate panel, choose center mark, pick my circle, and let that draw my center lines. Now again, this line is not going to be used because it too is at an angle, so I need to go ahead and just erase it. There's no reason to keep that one. Going back to my 0 layer, the edge that was 3 inches over, and then of course this was 5 inches over, so I can take and I can actually stretch that center line down, which gives me the point to draw from that intersection, again, tangent to the bottom of the curve. And now I can trim out the excess of the round shape. And I can trim out the excess of the base of the part. So I look at it in terms of what pieces can I do fairly quickly. And in this particular case, all of those pieces were done pretty quick. Now, in the side view, I need to figure out where is this rounded shape that's coming up at an angle, where does that sit in the side view? It doesn't give you the dimension, it just shows 1 inch, but it's a pretty symmetrical part on, so it's in the very center. So I can draw a line that goes up the midpoint, all the way to the top, and offset 0.5 on each side. And then I can trim to show that that's the shape that I'm looking for on this part. It has the flat base, and then it has this piece that comes up, touches tangent, and then comes on over and curves all the way to the very top. So I don't really have to keep that center line. And if I wanted to, I could go ahead and draw in the hidden lines by projecting those from the side view. Trimming that back out again so you don't have to see that. And I'll just change